Hi, Professor Ann and fellow classmates. This is going to be my speech on nonverbal communication. I don't have my audience because I couldn't get them today, but I will have them in the future for my final. I chose this topic for my speech because I felt like it was very important for everyone to understand how we communicate other than through words. Most messages are communicated through nonverbal cues such as body language, voice, space, appearance, color, clothing, artifacts, time, touch, and smell. Now, although that sounds like a big list, I promise they're only very small parts. Let's start to understand how messages are delivered through body language and voice. Body language is the first method of feedback that a sender will receive from someone. It's the way that they're able to read how a person feels. Consider your perceptions of the people around you are affected by the way you sit, stand, or hold your head. Now, people don't realize it that when they're talking to someone that they are reading their body as well. The way that you express yourself is the first response in the conversation. Now, you don't have to say and someone can understand that you're tired. You don't have to tell someone that you're upset because they're going to read it off of your facial expressions. They are very well known to show emotions. And that can affect the way someone understands a message as well. Eye contact in a conversation is essential because it shows that you have interest and that you're understanding the conversation. If you're communicating with someone and you're not paying attention and you're looking somewhere else, the person might start to develop a sense of worry that you're not understanding or you don't care. And voice in a conversation also displays different meanings. How you speak allows the listener to understand how you feel. Tone can indicate sarcasm, anger, affection, sadness, or even show happiness. So it is important that when you're communicating with someone, you understand your tone and make sure that it fits the conversation. Think about how our tone affects the way we deliver our speeches. If someone is saying a speech and they're kind of talking in a low tone, very slow, you might not feel engaged with them or feel interested in their speech. But someone who's upbeat and cheerful, you might feel interested in learning. The colors in a conversation. The next important nonverbal cues are understanding colors, appearance, clothing, and artifacts. Now, appearance is the way that we view someone, and it helps us create an idea of understanding how that person might think or how they might feel. Think about how you dress for an interview. You want to wear your best clothing because you want to show them your best personality so that you are more likely to get the job. Versus if you're going to the movies with your friends, you might wear a baggy hoodie, something more relaxed, ripped jeans, sneakers, because it fits the occasion. And that will, if you ran into someone wearing that outfit while you're on your way to a job interview, that might lower your chances of getting the job. The colors can also represent different meanings, and they help set the tone and display emotions. Kind of like the weather. When it's bright and sunny outside, you feel cheerful, feels upbeat, but when the clouds are out and there's no sun, it kind of sets a lower tone. It feels more depressing, sadness. It's very similar with the colors that someone is wearing. Someone who's wearing dark clothes, you might assume that they might feel sadness or they might be battling a depression. It's kind of the same thing. So it's important that when we're reading someone that we're communicating with, we understand the different meanings of colors. The artifacts that someone has also can help us understand the way they speak. These artifacts, I mean jewelry, tattoos, piercings, clothing accessories, they all help show who a person truly is. Someone who has a tattoo of a saying, that might help you understand how they feel. These are all important factors that play a role in us understanding someone to be able to build a relationship with them. They also can help us connect with someone if we have similarities. If you come into a conversation with someone and they have a tattoo that you like, or you guys have the same jewelry, you might feel a little bit of a connection, and it helps build that relationship between the communication before you even said anything. Lastly, it's important for us to understand how time, touch, smell, and setting affect our conversations as well. I'm not sure if you've ever heard the saying that there's a time and a place for everything, but that also falls into place with conversations. If you're in a setting that can be noisy and have background disruptions, it can affect the conversation. For example, you wouldn't have an important business meeting in the middle of the park in Manhattan because it's going to be very difficult to understand. There's going to be a lot of distractions, and it's really not the ideal place. You would want to be more of a quiet setting, one-on-one, so that you can really understand what the importance of the messages are. Smells in conversations or certain settings can also interrupt our messages. It can cause us to be a little bit distracted, and we might not understand the messages as well. It can bring back memories, and it can allow us to develop emotions as well, just like touch. When you're in a conversation with someone that you don't know and they touch you, you might feel a little weird. They might pat your shoulder or go to shake your hand. After the pandemic, a lot of people felt a little uncomfortable shaking hands because of the COVID virus. It also can allow us to develop emotions positively. For example, if you're upset and someone tries to give you a hug, that might allow you to feel a connection with them. Understanding nonverbal cues and the roles that they play in communication is very important for us to be strong communicators. Nonverbal communications evoke emotions and allow us to build relationships with those around us. It is important for us to not only understand ourselves, but to be able to understand the person we're communicating with, so we really understand what they mean. Next time you have a conversation with someone, or even interact with someone at a grocery store, think about your body language, voice, the space you're in, your appearance, the colors around you, your clothing, artifacts, what time it is, any smells in the area, and any touching that may go on, and how they're having such a strong impact on the messages you're delivering. Many people don't realize it, but when you first run into someone, that first reaction is all based off of the nonverbal cues that are in the setting. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my speech, and I look forward to everyone else. Thank you for watching. I'll have my audience next time.